return of Jungkook, one of the most popular members of South Korean boy group BTS, from the United States has been a hot topic among fans and social media. However, it is not only about his activities or achievements that are in the spotlight. Presence of a mysterious woman who appeared with Jungkook at the airport sparked wild speculation, controversy, and even heated debate among ARMY, as BTS fans are called. Chronology of Jungkook's return from America. On July 27, 2025, Jungkook was seen arriving at Incheon International Airport, South Korea, after a short trip to the United States. Her departure to the US was not previously officially announced by the HYBELABELS agency, leading many fans to speculate on the reasons for her departure, from photo shoots, solo projects, to possible cooperation with international musicians. But as soon as his feet stepped on Korea again, public attention was immediately diverted. Not because of the airport fashion he wore or the news about his latest music project, but because of the presence of a woman who walked quite close to him. Who is the mysterious woman? The woman was seen wearing a mask and casual clothes. He walked not too far from Jungkook, occasionally appearing to talk or interact with one of the staff he was with. While there are no photos that actually show the two of them in one frame clearly, their close-up appearances are enough to spark rumors in cyberspace. In some footage circulating on social media, netizens claim to see eye contact between Jungkook and the woman. Some even speculated that the woman could be Jungkook's close friend or secret lover. The names of female artists to influencers began to be dragged into netizens' theories. But until this article was written, there is no official information or clear identification of who the woman is. HYBELABELS has not issued any statement regarding this incident. Reaction of netizens, pros and cons. Public response was divided into several camps. Most of the ARMY chose to be rational, stating that whoever the woman was, Jungkook still had the right to have a private life. Some supportive comments flooded platforms such as Twitter, X, Weverse, and Instagram. If it's his girlfriend, let it go. Jungkook is also an ordinary human being who has the right to be happy, wrote one X user. However, not a few are critical or even aggressive. Some accounts began digging into the woman's identity, juxtaposing pieces of the video and comparing them to female figures Jungkook had been associated with in the past. This is not the first time Jungkook has been linked to a mysterious woman. But why do we always have to be quiet? Fans deserve to know, another user wrote, sparking a lengthy debate in the comments. Why is this controversy so big? Jungkook's popularity as a BTS member cannot be underestimated. He is not only an idol with millions of fans, but also a figure whose image is closely guarded by the agency. Each of his public activities is monitored, sometimes even corrected, in order to maintain a balance between private life and public expectations. Therefore, the presence of a female figure in a moment that should be ordinary, such as returning from abroad, immediately becomes great because of the tight boundaries that have been made between Jungkook and his personal life. In addition, Jungkook is also known as one of the members of BTS who is rarely involved in scandals, so the public is more sensitive to every little thing that concerns him. Netizen reaction mixed. Jungkook became a global trend just hours after the video went viral. Reactions from netizens were mixed. Positive netizens. Many fans actually defended Jungkook, saying that idols are also ordinary people who have the right to live a personal life. They asked the public and the media not to spread unfounded rumors. If it's her boyfriend, then what? Jungkook has been working hard all this time. Let him be happy, wrote the account at JClover. Netizens are suspicious. On the other hand, there are also those who feel jealous and disappointed, especially for feeling betrayed by the possibility of their idol having a discreet relationship. If you're going to be honest, why not be honest? We are the ARMY, we support him, said the account at Squeen. Conspiracy and visual analysis. A number of accounts even began to dissect videos and photographs from the airport, analyzing the posture, the way of walking, even the bracelets or accessories that the woman wore. Some even compared her to the women Jungkook had been linked to in the past. Is this a PR strategy or a coincidence? Some entertainment industry analysts in Korea suspect that this could be part of a soft exposure strategy by the agency. With BTS entering the military and individual activity on the rise, these kinds of issues can serve as a media warm-up, providing additional exposure amid the group's lack of activity. But this theory is not necessarily true. There is no evidence pointing to media manipulation. Could just be a coincidence where Jungkook and the woman were on the same flight or group. Some parties also warn that the public should not be too quick to assess the situation that is actually not known with certainty. HYBE has not yet commented. To date, the agency HYBELABELS has not given any response regarding the virality of this issue. There is no clarification, confirmation, or denial. Usually, HYBE tends to remain silent if the issue is considered irrelevant or does not significantly harm the artist's reputation. But this silence often triggers new speculation. Many fans felt HYBE should have been more transparent, at least to avoid any confusion of information that could harm Jungkook or the women involved. Psychological point of view, reasonable or excessive? Some psychologists of popular culture refer to this type of phenomenon as parasocial tension, that is, tension that arises due to the imbalance between the emotional closeness that fans feel with the fact that they do not really know the idol. Many fans feel they have a special bond with their favorite artists. So when the artist is seen to have a close relationship with other people, there is a sense of loss, jealousy, even anger, said Dr. Seo Ji-hyun is a cultural psychologist from Seoul National University. He also emphasized the importance of education for fans, especially teenagers, to be able to distinguish between the real world and imaginative relationships that are formed through the screen. Agency attitude, mum. Until this article was written, Bigot Music has not provided an official comment or statement. Known as an agency that is quite protective of the privacy of its artists, Bigot often avoids responding to unfounded rumors. However, if this speculation grows wild, it is not impossible that they will provide clarification, especially if the rumors damage the artist's image. Jungkook's career path and public attention. As the maknae, youngest member of BTS, Jungkook is known to have a very large and loyal fanbase. She has built a reputation as a multi-talented idol who not only stands out in vocals and dance, but also in music production and songwriting. More recently, he has released solo singles such as 7 and Standing Next to You that have dominated international charts. With her status as a global star, it's only natural that her personal life is always in the spotlight. However, the pressure that comes with this popularity often makes it difficult for artists to enjoy personal freedom without public interference. Privacy versus public interest. The case of the appearance of this mysterious woman again opens up a classic debate. To what extent should the private life of a celebrity become public consumption? Some people think that the public has a right to know, especially because they feel they have emotionally invested in idols like Jungkook. However, there are those who are of the view that too much meddling in the artist's personal affairs will only add to the stress and risk to their mental health. Conclusion: what should we learn from this case? BTS's Jungkook's return from America, which should be an ordinary moment, has become a big highlight just because of the presence of an unidentified woman. Case shows just how tight-lipped public figures like Jungkook are, whose every move can be misinterpreted or exaggerated. We need to remember that Jungkook is an ordinary human being. He has the right to have personal relationships, close friends, even partners without always having to explain everything to the public. Overreaction will only narrow the idol's personal space, while showing the dark side of an overly possessive fandom culture. Now, the public is just waiting for whether HYBE will clarify or let this issue pass by. Meanwhile, it is wise for us as entertainment lovers to continue to appreciate Jungkook's work, both in BTS and solo, and make room for his life outside the stage.